Yeah, man. It effortless listen. Like it just, like I said, I didn't realize it had finished and started back up. Why you shaking your head?
I'm listening to you. I'm vibing with you, bro. That's a weird ass vibe, bro. I'm vibing, talk the talk.
Nah,
I didn't necessarily think of the grit part of it, but now that you mention it, I'm like, yeah, it could have been a little grit.
I need a little bit more grit
because of where they from and who they are. And what they've done, because like even 2 Chainz when he said, you know, I was the weed man, and you didn't even have to be that. Dead End Hip Hop album review. 2 Chainz, Lil Wayne. Welcome to Collegrove. See, I said it right this time.
Yeah, you did.
All right, bet. This is the second version. Or part 2, they had one before. We didn't review that. Unfortunately, we just didn't get to it. But I'm not gonna give you any background. We've done plenty of 2 Chainz albums. We've done plenty of Lil Wayne albums. If you don't know who the hell they are, you don't listen to hip hop.
Damn.
Simple as that.
Damn.
They don't listen to the radio.
Or the radio. They don't listen to hip hop or the radio. Now, here's the thing that I did not know going into this project was that 50 Cent was narrating what is it? 3 parts, 4 parts in here.
I thought you did know that.
Not like before. Not when they mentioned the project.
Oh, okay.
So like when they released the 2 singles, which was Pressure and Long Story Short, I didn't know that.
Yeah, he had a promo out that he was narrating before.
Yeah, see, and I didn't see that promo. The way I got put onto the project was Big Crit's brother is his manager, and Big Crit's manager. Big Crit's manager.
Oh, I'm not.
Big Crit's brother is his manager. Big Crit's manager.
Okay. All right.
I didn't say that right?
It sounded a little weird because, yeah.
Okay. Big Crit's brother is Big Crit's manager.
Okay, cool.
And he went on IG Live and was like, yo, it's been like 4 months I couldn't play it, but I could play it now.
I think you told, that's right.
Yeah,
that's right.
Long story short, because Big Crit produced that one. And I'm like, oh, this shit is hard. So that's how I got put onto the project. But I definitely liked overall this project. Now, the thing is that there are skippables on here for me.
Where?
There are skippables
I'm waiting.
on here. Yeah, I was waiting on you.
I said where? I'm waiting. I'm waiting for you to say which ones there are for you.
Okay. Big Diamonds with 21
Is a skippable?
Fucking
for me.
Christ.
You're lying. Are you sure?
Yeah. I'm not saying it's bad. I could skip that one though. I didn't.
Oh, that's rough.
I like the old that they had to like the old Cash Money, you know what I'm saying, sound and stuff. I didn't like 21 on there. I didn't like fit.
Wow.
Yeah, I didn't like 21 on there.
I don't even usually like 21, but I liked him a lot on the hook and the verse. Damn, bro.
I liked Millions from
I don't know if I
Now.
want you to keep going.
Transparency with Usher.
You liked Transparency?
No,
Okay.
that's a skippable.
Okay, I can see that one.
Yeah, a couple skippables.
Yeah, I got
You know what
you.
I'm saying? But overall, I liked it. I enjoyed it. It was a good listen. It's something that some of these songs will definitely be in the rotation. I don't know if I'll go back to it as a whole project, but for the most part, I would definitely had big time enjoyment. Definitely like Pressure. Love Long Story Short, the production on that, and I feel like that style is where some of my hip hop veterans is like. That's where I want them to be. Because I feel like that type of production brings out the lyricism and the best out in these rappers. Because we know Wayne can rap with the best of them. We know 2 Chainz has definitely stepped his game up for a minute now, for almost a decade now. But it's like this has that formulaic, oh, we gotta have the radio joint, we gotta have the Usher joint, we gotta do this, and it's like, why? We don't need that no more.
Damn.
Like in 2023, even commercial hip hop, because obviously 2 Chainz and Lil Wayne is commercial. We don't need that formula. It's not necessary.
Maybe that's just music that they make and like making. Maybe it wasn't trying to go to the radio. Maybe that's just all they know.
And maybe the we is we, but it's not everybody. Like maybe some people still do flock to those kind of songs. Or you think they're just stuck in a dinosaur model?
I think they're stuck in a dinosaur model. Personally, I think they're stuck in a dinosaur model. Because I think that you can make commercial sounding music without it sounding forced. Transparency sounded forced, you know, and sometimes on projects like this, you have those joints that just sound forced. And that's what I got from some of these joints on here. And that's why I'm talking about the formula. You know, the formula just sounds a little forced. But overall, I enjoyed it. I think that joint with Benny, I think all three of them motherfuckers went in.
Oprah and Gail.
Yeah, Oprah and Gail, and I love how Benny closed it. They did right by putting him last on that joint. But again, you know, if I'm giving my overall take, man, I fuck with this. Like I said, I got joints on here I could take away. Love 50 on here, even though I don't feel like the songs met the transitions that they were making. So obviously it's a loose concept, but I love 50's narration on here. Definitely added some spice to it.
That one, she's from Decatur, no, Thompsonville to be exact. That was funny to me.
It was. Man, you know that nigga Lil Wayne. I don't know what happened. That nigga, he went crazy. He fucking tattooed from his forehead to the toe.
He probably just fucking freestyled that whole.
And that's what it sounded like.
A lot of improv.
Yeah, he had some like notes or whatever, just on certain things. So,
Yep.
Yeah.
You want to go? I'll go.
I don't know, y'all.
Oh damn.
Don't know what. You don't know.
You don't know if you want to go?
I don't know if I'm feeling it, man. I don't know if I'm feeling it, man. Like the rapping is great. You know what I'm saying? The features actually showed up, like 21. I even think Fabulous did a good job.
Fab did do a good job.
Benny did a good job. I feel like Benny was in his bag. This the type of Benny flow I like. But yeah, man, I think I want to say it's probably the production for me. The production sounds a little too much, has too much commercial appeal for me. And it just took me out of it. As well as their rapping, I can't get with it, man. I really, because the rapping is really good on here. Like from both people, like from Wayne did his thing, he showed up, 2 Chainz showed up, but it's just something about the beats and maybe some of the hooks or whatever that just kind of took me out of it. It just was too much a commercial appeal. So I feel you on that. It sounded a little formulaic. And I've listened to this thing several times, man. It's just not clicking for me. The 50 stuff is even cool, but sometimes it comes off a little corny to me. Like, I don't know, man. I just wasn't in the headspace for this, I guess. Usher, I agree on Transparency, feels very forced. Yeah, man. I wanted to like this, but because they're doing really well on it. But I think it's actually the beats and stuff that's taking me out. I really think that's it.
So let me ask you, like, long story short is, in my opinion, a standout track because it doesn't sound like nothing else on here. Would you agree that style, that bubble that they created with that is a better fitting bubble for where they are right now?
It's even something in that one, I'll say.
Really?
That kind I don't like.
Damn, Mike.
It's even something in that beat. I'm just trying to ignore it. It's even something in that beat that I don't quite like. It's like I want more grit. It's called Collegrove. So you're talking about College Park and Holly Grove. These are 2 hoods. These are 2 hoods. Like, and it doesn't feel like that to me. I don't know. It just feels very commercial, man. Like, and there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, if people like it, if it has a certain appeal to the radio or commercial or whatever, that's fine. But for me, I couldn't get with it.
I didn't necessarily think of the grit part of it, but now that you mention it, I'm like, yeah, it could have been a little grit.
I needed a little bit more grit
because of where they from and who they are. And what they've done. Because like even 2 Chainz when he said, I was the weed man, you ain't even had to be that or some shit like that. You know, I don't know the
selling out
like
the Kroger and all the Kroger parking lot.
on Cleveland Ave.
But it sounds a little bubbly. I'm like, that don't sound hard to me. The reference of Duffel Bag Boys in scene 2, so you would think that they'll go gritty
somewhere,
but they didn't. You know what I'm saying? So I was just like, huh. And then it got stuff like Crazy Thick. It's fine. It's funny.
It is.
But it's like, I don't know. I wanted something more serious, I guess.
Yeah, that nigga said, I'll spit my bubble gum in there. Like, golly, wait.
Isn't the bars like a Havoc beat? Then he said you got to come hard on a Havoc beat or something like that. Bars was fine. I like the beat on
bars.
that. Yeah, bars.
Yeah.
That's a Havoc beat. I think he said it in the beginning.
I'm gonna give it to you.
Yeah.
I'm saying I'm gonna give it to you.
Yeah. But it did have moments, you know what I'm saying? It had some moments. It just didn't, the moments just didn't flush all the way through for me. But
you think part of it is, what is it, 30 fucking songs?
21.
Talking about the length?
Yeah, the length.
I think the length would have been fine if it felt different.
But
if it felt different, I would have been fine with the length, but it just didn't
got you.
Didn't feel that way. And then that's another thing too with the narration. sounds very like movie theme, and like that even sounds a little grittier than the actual album itself. And yeah, it just was a disconnect for me. I was expecting something else. Especially with the promo.
Yeah,
The
because
promo
they put a lot into this one.
it seemed like it was grittier, but it just wasn't, man. Huh? I think so. I think I was expecting like a Power or something, like the Raising Kanan or something like that. But now I didn't feel like that at all. So I'm like, dang, I can't get with it.
I really thought that with 50 coming on and with all these different his narration, that the concept and the idea would be a lot tighter than it actually was, especially with the way everything was set up when we talked about it on the rundown.
Yeah.
But outside of that, I fucking love this album. Like this shit, man. I am a fan of this shit, bro. From G6 and I can't tell you the smile come on my face when Big Diamonds come on. Bruh, like I'm back in the day, bruh. That shit goes so crazy.
It was ambitious to do that though.
I fuck with Pressure on here, long story short. Like this thing was rolling for me. Like Transparency, it's like, all right, whatever. You can, you know, it's Usher doing this thing or whatnot. But yeah, that PPA had me rolling when they did that joint on here. Fabulous actually wasn't bad.
Yeah, it was good.
Fabulous actually wasn't bad for me on there. Of course, Benny did his thing. Oprah and Gail, you get a rolling, you get a rolling, you get a rolling. I fuck with that shit, bro. Like Bars was good. Shit, fucking Godzilla. What did he say? What's a bear to Godzilla? That shit, man. That shit was good too, bro. And then it kind of smoothed it out with Can't Believe You with the Rick Ross joint or whatever. And
I felt Ross was lackluster.
I don't know. He had a couple of good lines on there though.
He wasn't like a hard. He wasn't. I feel.
Yeah, Ross lately between his Meek and him and Meek's project, a couple of features that Ross has had. Ross,
what did he say? He said the people are dying off success or something like that. He had two lines that stood out to me on there that I thought was good.
no getting pussy ass niggas so you got money.
Oh yeah, I like that one
something
too.
like that. I messed it up. But
yeah, I like that one too.
No getting pussy till you got money ass niggas.
Yeah, he said something else that I thought was funny too. Typical 2 Chainz shit, bro. I was definitely disappointed with Moonlight though. I didn't like that as a closing track.
Oh really?
And I didn't like what they did to Marsha Ambrosia's voice. Cause they put some kind of effect on it.
Really?
It's like, nah, what are y'all doing?
I actually liked that one. It was okay.
It was okay for me too.
I don't know if it's for. I kind of feel you on the closeout, but it was an okay song though.
But yeah, man, I don't know, man. Like I was really, really surprised that I liked this as much as I did. Like when I put it on, it felt like, and I don't know. I think I definitely like the beats. I definitely like the. It didn't feel super commercial. I think they did enough. Gave me enough variety here. But for me, just, I don't know, it felt good kind of hearing a good quality mainstream album.
You said it didn't feel super commercial?
Well, definitely mainstream, but I don't think I really got a super commercial feel from this outside of a couple of the Usher shit is, shit like that. But, it's Wayne and 2 Chainz. Like, I didn't think it was going to be that good, honestly. Did
you hear the first one?
Yeah, I've listened to it, but I haven't listened to the first one in a long time, so I can't even do a comparison.
It was a good collab. I mean,
I just thinking about like where they both are now. I know Wayne's been on this run and 2 Chainz, for a while since he jumped on the De La track. He's been really trying to, show people and prove that he's like a serious rapper or whatnot. But it's 2 Chainz and Lil Wayne, and I think them coming together, doing an album like this, picking beats that I felt sounded really, really good, and then just rapping what I felt like they were really, like you were saying, like they were really, really rapping. And I think that was like it for me, like just them rapping. So when I put this on when I was heading up to Blue Ridge and had it on in the car, man, I was like, every song that came out, I was like, damn.
Jamming.
So what the hell going on here? So I mess with this. I mess with this.
This motherfucker
shit,
do bump in the whip.
I mess with this shit, bro.
Do bump in the whip.
This shit is good to me.
I'm with Rod. This was a letdown because when you were talking about it on the rundown, it sounded interesting. It sounded like something I really, really wanted to hear. I've been a fan of everything Wayne's been doing lately. Been a fan of 2 Chainz for a minute, and they were definitely rapping. Both of them were fucking rapping. And I listened to this twice, and it was on the second listen that I came to the conclusion that Rod did, which is I don't like the production on this. I think the production definitely sounds like it should have gone to some other people. I was expecting this to be a little bit more gutter and expecting both of them to just, be just nasty and filthy or whatever. But I get why they did this. I mean, yeah, this is still College Park. Absolutely. I don't know much about Collegrove at all, but I definitely disagree about Big Diamonds. That shit's fucking great. Pressure's great. Long story short is cool. I like the production, but it was very clean. But when it got to Crazy Thick, I tapped out. From Crazy Thick all the way down to PPA. I was like, damn, man, I don't like this. Crazy Thick just sounded very dated to me. It sounded like something that would have came out 10 years ago. So I really wasn't into it. Transparency sounded way too grown and sexy for me to be into. And then I don't remember what I didn't like about Significant Other, but I remember not liking that song. PPA was okay, but it was just like, I'm not excited about this. It wasn't until Oprah and Gayle where I was like, oh shit, all right, we're back. And then Shame was cool. It's very brave to take on that Wu-Tang idea, but I like how 2 Chainz didn't even keep the entire hook. He said stain on a nigga, I think he says. Anyways, I like what they did with that. And then Bars was fucking dope as hell. Godzilla was dope. So yeah, it was just, this was an odd project because I echo again what Rod said. They both rapped. There was not a song on here where I was like, damn, that was a whack ass bar or your flow is not good. No, man, they both sounded great. I meant to make a mental note. There was one song where 2 Chainz went the fuck off.
He went off, and I thought Wayne was gonna come behind him and go off like the same way, but he went more of a singy song type of route or whatever. I can't remember which one that was either.
It might, you know what? It might have been Big Diamonds that I'm thinking of, where 2 Chainz kind of sounded kind of angry.
Oh yeah,
Okay, was it Big Diamonds?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So I mean that set a really unfair expectation. Like off of Big Diamonds, I was like, okay, I think I'm gonna like what I'm about to get. But then I didn't love it, man. I didn't love it. But the thing is, I can say this. I'm kind of glad that I didn't love this because of the production. Because that still makes me excited for what Wayne's about to do. And that still makes me excited for whatever Chainz does next. It's just, I think that they picked beats that were a bit too glossy. And it just didn't have staying power with me. So yeah, honestly, I don't really have that much to say. I didn't really walk away with that many quotables, or any, honestly.
Would you say it's mid?
I mean, I don't really use that term because I'm a little too old to be talking about it's mid. But yeah, it's middle. It's middle of the road.
Middle of the road. Yeah,
it's middle ground.
Okay. That was very mature. It's middle of the road.
I thought you said you wasn't grown and sexy.
I'm not grown and sexy. I'm just grown. But yeah, I definitely think it's kind of just like, when I say that I didn't have any bars, it's just nothing stuck in my head. But there was definitely, when I was listening to it, I was like, oh, that was nasty.
It's definitely some
that was nasty.
Yeah.
The Wayne said something about having tools like an Apple store and you fuck up and the goons are at your door with a ransom note, something like that. But the way I sound whack as fuck saying it, but the way he said it, it sounded so fucking good. And it just makes me so happy hearing Wayne like this. I just wish I heard him on different production. That's all. I don't like this production at all.
Because I feel like you feel like it's worse than mid.
Damn.
Worse than mid?
Yeah,
I won't say that.
mid?
I won't say that. I'll middle ground. Okay. I'll use middle ground. He used middle of the road. I'll use middle ground.
What's worse than mid? Just low?
Because
there's low end and there's low mid, there's high mid.
Nah, I wouldn't say that. They're rapping too good.
What?
Yeah, like for me, this is like
they're rapping too good for me. They say it's like.
For me, it's like upper middle class.
I listened to it again this morning. That's when I came to my conclusion. I was like, man, this shit is really fucking good, bro. Like I didn't have an issue with the beats. I didn't go in. When you were talking and then, kind of also back on what Rob was saying, like I didn't have the expectation you guys had in regards to like grimy and this, that, and the other. So I don't know if that was going into it or as you were listening to it, but for me, it was just like, you know, what are y'all doing? And that was it for me. Like you had walked out, but you know, I didn't think I was actually even gonna like it. But I'm here.
I thought I was gonna love it, and I think that's why I'm a little disappointed. I don't know. I mean, 50 Cent narrating, and you know, when you said that Big Crit had some production on here, I don't know, man. I don't know.
Maybe the expectation was too high.
I think my expectations were just different.
Gotcha.
Because I don't think it's trash or anything. Like, if somebody told me that they love this, like, I'm not looking at Ken crazy. Right. It's just, this is not what I wanted, and maybe this is my fault. But I mean, I have to drive through College Park sometimes. This isn't what I hear.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I mean, I have to speed up a little bit, but yeah, this isn't what I hear. So yeah, it's just, I don't know. I think it's just a little bit confusing. There were, like I said, there was a run of songs from Crazy to PPA where I was like, I don't know what y'all are doing right now. This is not at all what I even remotely wanted. Again, there's not bad rapping, so I can give them this. If the rapping was trash, I'd be like, all right, get the fuck out of here. Yeah, get the fuck out of here with this. If the rapping is bad and y'all are rapping on these commercial ass beats, I don't like this. But I mean, I think we've all said that it would be cool if people did put real bars over commercial beats. So I can't really complain. It's just I don't like these kind of commercial ass beats. So I feel that. It is what it is.
That's valid.
2 Chainz and Lil Weezy or Lil Tunchi, all your AKAs, if y'all watching, I fuck with it for the most part. Like I said, not necessarily very high replay value, but there are joints on here that I will definitely put on playlist and, you know, show people and stuff like that, because I do like a lot of joints on here. Definitely love the Benny the Butcher joint. And I love the one that you did for Benny's project as well. You know, you guys are 2 of the best in the game, 2 of the biggest in the game. Definitely want y'all to continue this duo, because this was an unexpected duo when it happened. And I think that it's a really good duo. I agree with Myke and Modest, especially Modest's take on the grittiness. It could have been a little bit grittier, maybe not as shiny. But at the end of the day, y'all motherfuckers came to rap. And y'all prove that. Anybody that puts this on and says, man, them bars is whack, can't do that. Y'all motherfuckers came here to rap. And at the end of the day, y'all gave us what you wanted to give us, and y'all executed on that. It just may not be for the dead and hip hop crowd, but I fuck with it.
Wayne and Chainz, if you are watching, I thought it was good, man. Y'all really showed up to do your thing. I just unfortunately didn't like the soundscape you guys chose, but it totally makes sense for the soundscape you guys chose. You both were, you know, pretty mainstream for most of your career, if not all your career. So it makes sense to choose more accessible beats, you know, for radio mainstream. So that makes total sense. And it's also dope that you're able to bring these type of bars to the mainstream radio kind of world or whatever. I just personally would have rather it to be more grittier. As we've already stated, I do want to shout out to the album cover. I do like what you guys do with the album cover for these or whatever. This one looks more like Wayne, and I think the first one looked more like 2 Chainz. Yep. So no, that's really dope how you guys do that deep fake thing for these. What else did I want to say? Yeah, I think that's about it, man. Y'all really showed up to rap on this, and that's definitely appreciated. You know, but I think you guys are in a place in your career where you can kind of not make so much of mainstream sound. So it'd be cool to kind of hear that if you guys ever choose to do that. So I'll be definitely anticipating a project like that where it sounds like darker, grittier from either one of you guys. So yeah, but other than that, man, yo, it's fine. It's totally fine. I just don't particularly care for it. It's not clicking for me.
Lil Wayne and 2 Chainz. Yeah, man, I'm here for it. I definitely really enjoyed this album. You know, it's interesting having 2 like veterans come together, and you know, after all these years, and to be able to put out quality like this from a rapping perspective, and then layer it with, you know, mainstream sounding beats that really resonated with me. Like I haven't, you know, I've bounced for a while, man. You know, listen to some shit, bro. So I think you guys managed to take me back in time, especially when Big Diamonds come on. I was like, shit, I was all in at that point. But I love the fact that that was just like this one-time thing, and you guys did a good mixture of, you know, mainstream, you know, sounding beats with with stellar rapping, and I thought that was dope. And I walked away pleasantly surprised, and every time I listen to it, I definitely enjoy it. So really, really good job here with this project for sure.
2 Chainz and Lil Wayne. I'm a fan of y'all's rapping on this project. I just, unfortunately, I was not a fan of the songs, and that's a weird thing. I don't know how to feel about that. But either way, I'm looking forward to whatever y'all do next. I'm just hoping I get a little bit of a different style as far as the beats go. But impressive rapping as always. I think y'all make a really, really cool pair. Y'all play off each other really well. That's all I got. Yeah. Collegrove.
What's a better Godzilla, baby?
Damn.